So this is just a super quick video to let you know that if you are not using Google Alerts as a way for you to keep up to date with all of the trending news, the topics, the articles, the resources, the materials of your ICP, otherwise known as your ideal client persona, you are doing yourself a disservice and you need to set up your Google Alerts immediately, right? And before I even continue, right, my name is Tariq Peters. I'm a brand authority strategist and I'm also an accredited PR practitioner, right? I help B2B founders and advisors build a level of brand authority, which is their personal brand multiplied by their business brand, multiplied by their campaign brand. When you have all those three brands aligned, that gives you a level of brand authority that makes you more visible and credible to your desired target audience that will then allow you to drive more leads, which in turn more clients and ultimately more revenue for your business. So if you're interested in all things branding, marketing, and PR, then please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And also check out the description box as I have a Substack where I post weekly content on there as well. But for context, let me share my screen and I can show you what Google Alerts is because funny enough, yeah, I learned about Google Alerts when I first started this whole journey, right? This is Google Alerts here, just for context. I'm on incognito, so I can show you just a blank one. So I can just show you what it's about, right? But ultimately, when you have your sort of Google Alerts set up via your Gmail account, every time you log in, it will automatically go straight into your Gmail account that you've logged into it, just for context before I continue, right? But I've been using Google Alerts for many years now, and it's never led me astray. It's never led me astray. It's always been so useful just to be up to date with all relevant things within not just my industry and niche, but also the niches and industries of clients as well. And it's important for you to utilize these tools. And this one in particular is a free tool. It's a free tool that you can utilize that gives you a better understanding of your industry overall, especially the industry of your clients as well. So when you bear that in mind and then you start to develop this idea of being able to have a full understanding of what it is that your ICP is about, you're then able to understand their pain points on the industry. You're basically able to understand relevant news within their industry. It's all relative to the idea of what you can do to ensure that you are immersed in the world of your client, where you can be in a position where you can help them the most, right? And I suppose it was my experience in PR. So I've been in PR for almost a decade now, right? And like I said, in my first job, I learned about Google Alerts, and it was always a case of setting up your Google Alerts. So every time you are in a position where you come across news that could be potentially newsworthy for your client, or even in particular, better for you to then have an understanding of the sort of news that's coming out, especially the journalists that are writing about those particular topics, and then also having an understanding of any potential competitors who are featured in particular publications that your client wants to be in, and you're trying to figure out exactly why they got featured and not your client, or vice versa. So Google Alerts is a very powerful method in terms of keeping up to date and staying in the loop of all particular things regarding news and information within whatever industry or whatever niche or whatever topic you decide to start setting up your alerts for in order to see them, right? So just for context, let me just share my screen, yeah? So monitor the web for interesting new content, right? So let me just put accounting because I had an accounting client before. And then just for context, I'll just show you. So if I search accountancy, and then now you can see the alert preview, right? So you can see all the relevant sort of topics that's popped up. So you can see bringing accountancy tech to the top table, why connectivity is a new compliance. See, literally, you can scroll through and see all sorts of different topics. So in a sort of, if I wasn't signed in, right, if I was signed in, I would be in a position where I can just create the alert straight away. But then if I just go and show options, then you can see this is also important. So you can see how often you want to see the actual new articles come through. So it can be as it happens. So every time it publishes, it gets sent directly to your inbox. Or you can say at most once a day. And then when you pick that, then it will kind of set a set time of day where it all comes up in that one particular time, or at most once a week. And that once a week, you can, I think you can actually set up the day where you want it to be set up, but then it will just be there every single week with all the particular news articles that has appeared throughout that week. And then also you can look at the sources. So there's different sources. I tend to keep it at automatic because usually I'm more interested in whatever comes up in the news, the blogs, and the web. These things don't really come up as often, but more often than not, if I keep it at automatic, I can get access to whatever pops up based on these particular options. And the language of, for me, I keep it in English, of course, but of course there's all sorts of other different languages you can pick from, and then your region. So this is important because when you're working with, I suppose, more solely UK based clients, or you're looking at UK based news, you can just pick United Kingdom or whatever the case, right? But then if you're looking for something that is more wider, or you wanted to find a specific country of content, then you can pick any country. But I tend to just do any region if it's a particular topic that kind of covers sort of international news or whatever the case. And then if I'm looking for specific opportunities within the UK, then I will keep it specific to the UK. And then how many? Only the best results. So you can pick only the best results based on the ones where they tend to be more reputable publications. If you tend to go in all results, it would literally just be whatever pops up. And if you are in the idea of looking for publications to either feature your clients in or to feature yourself in, you need to bear in mind what are those sort of quality publications that are sort of popping up on a regular basis. And then you start to identify the publications, you start to identify the journalists who wrote about those said topics. You start to see sort of the companies that are featured in these sort of publications. It all goes hand in hand in how you are able to effectively utilize these alerts to monitor the web for interesting news content that aligns within whatever it is you're searching for, whether it's searching for your industry, your niche, or more particular for your clients, right? So that is really it for that. So then usually once you do that, you enter your email. And then once you enter your email, then you go and create alert. And then that's you set good to go. And then you are then in a position where you just keep up to date with anything relevant within your industry. And because it is arriving in your inbox, I tend to do it as it happens so I can see things more or less straight away. So I can act on it straight away. But with that, it really is a useful tool, and it's also free, and it keeps you in the loop for all these particular things that you can use in order for you to have a strategy and a plan in place for you to have an understanding of your industry overall, right? So there's no excuse for you to be in a position where you don't know what is happening within your world or the world of your clients as well. So I hope this video was useful. Please comment below if you didn't know about Google Alerts before and you're going to check it out, and I'll include the pinned comment for the Google link as well. So if you click down below and check in the comment section, then you can check it out. And if you are logged into your Gmail account, it will take you directly to the page and you can start to set up your Google News Alerts right away. So that's it. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if that was helpful. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out. Look after yourself.